I do like it though. Like I mean, if you're gonna be up against a Wisp, I said it and I said it again and again, and you know we haven't really seen it yet. But in theory, again, you know you want a team fight because you can't get picked off, and then you at least have got the split. So the team fight on TongFu getting a bit stronger now, and they really need that.
And I think TongFu might just get
10 seconds
the exact
remaining.
same matchups that they got last game. Rising Stars, they're going to take another
TongFu's
support.
turn
Makes
to
sense.
bat.
TongFu, I think here, take a support. They take the Rimmaster and the Coddle plus that support down towards bot. We're going to have Gyrocopter matching up against Magnus again. On the top lane, Clockwork's going to be against the Queen of Pain on mid. We saw how that worked out last time. And the Brewmaster, I really like it with the Coddle. He's going to be a clap spamming machine. It's going to be difficult for CK. He can't really initiate on the Brewmaster. And yeah, I think I really like this laning setup for
10
TongFu right now.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, but this time
If that's
Rising
what it's
Stars.
going to be.
Yeah, Rising Stars is a bit more
5
counter initiation
seconds
this time though.
remaining.
They've got themselves a Chaos Bolt and a Split Earth and a Tether Disable, and I like it. Depending on what other support TongFu is gonna pick up, that is, because right now, if TongFu is gonna run an aggressive trail lane, they have a lot of spam. They don't have a disable, and I think they kind of need it. So maybe
Yeah,
we're still gonna see a Nightmare, a Bane, that is, just to set things up.
Yeah.
For.
Whatever it's going to be, I'd like to see it be 600 range because you don't want that. The support is going to be squishy, whatever it is. You know, the nature of supports, you never want that support to be, you know, the potential initiatee against the CK and the Wisp. So, I mean, it could be a Lina, it could be a Rubik, it could be a Bane. Somebody reasonably speedy with 600 range would be nice because then they, you know, between themselves and Coddle, they can sort of dance around at the edges and try and get CK into a weird spot. So, TongFu, we'll see what they come up with in just a sec, I suppose. I wouldn't mind the Rubik here either, the deterrent against Mag. You've got a whole bunch of pretty good spells to steal, Chaos Bolt, Reality Rift, Leshrak's done, not to mention the Sonic Wave as well. But TongFu looks like, you know, a little bit of internal debate as well, though I think it has to be a support. I think it just has to be someone to
Remaining.
master.
And maybe they already know what they're gonna do, and then just discussing about how they're
5
gonna lane, how
seconds
their opponent is gonna lane. And you're right, the Rubik is still gonna be the pickup there. So they have some disable, they have got some setups, they've got some counter initiation, they got some saving potential. This is all the Rubik, by the way, and they got everything that the opponent has in terms of RP, Chaos Bolt, whichever they can steal. So it's a nice pickup indeed. And let's see who is gonna be playing what for this game, as we have got ourselves a Brewmaster played by King J this game. Sunshine gonna be on a Rubik. We're gonna be seeing Moo, of course, on the Clockwork, as you already mentioned. Banana on the Keeper of the Light, and on the top lane we are gonna be seeing How on the Gyrocopter, and I think we're gonna be having a remake because Luminous wasn't able to get inside the game in time. So stick around. I am actually just gonna be going for the you know, people can still see what I'm seeing right now, purely because I don't want to be doing the whole thing again. Introduction.
And
Hello,
then-
people from the VOD.
And then Sheever accidentally types the lobby password into, you know, not the password box, and we get flooded.
It's still standing there if I disconnect. I don't have to type it in over and over again.
Oh wait, how did you get? Well, first of all, let's. I'll jump, and then you can get into the right spot.
Oh, good point. Good point. No, I can just, you know, I have it on private lobby, and I type the password, and it just continues staying there, and I click join the moment it comes up.
Ah, fair enough. Yep. I was joining off friends' games. So.
Ah, yeah. Then you have to type
Yeah,
it in
that's the
again and
difference.
again. So we are once again waiting for Luminous. Let's see how fast he can be or how slow he'll be. We don't know yet. We can actually check that though. Oh yeah, I have to play a trailer. Oh my god, it's a 3-minute trailer though. Can I play it now? You think?
I guess so.
It's 3 minutes.
It's very long. I struggled to find opportunities. I think we're ready to go. I don't know if you can. Maybe just between game 2 and game 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god, you're saying that there's gonna be game 3. Spoilers!
You know, assuming
You
we
can
get there.
look into the future and giving us spoilers. So there's Luminous. So yeah, 3 minutes was a bit, yeah, not really gonna make it.
Bit optimistic.
Yeah. Oh well, we're gonna have the 3 minutes then after this game and before the next one, because if this continues, like the next game is scheduled to start at 4. So even if there's gonna be a game 3, like it is still, we will still have some time left, for sure.
Yeah, there's still an hour and a half until.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think
Until the next
if
set starts.
yeah, I think if Rising Stars wins this game, they have to win mid game. So the game is not gonna get that long, or maybe 30 minutes or so. So then you still have your third game there, and if not, then well, then there's not gonna be a third game. It's very simple.
Yeah. That's it.
We can type that we're here.
Yep.
Oh my god, our colors don't match.
How did you get pink? That's
Typical.
anyway.
Oh well, we are gonna see
Sheever
everybody
hacks.
pick up my hacks. I have like a code that gives me pink every time I join a game. So let's win. Pink or purple? But we are in an all pick, of course, as you can see the heroes on the top, but you know it's still broken that you don't see this yet.
Yeah. It
30
frustrates
seconds
me
is
that
what we
Valve
have to
haven't fixed it, and we have to wait the whole minute. So
yeah, we have
not
to
only
wait
is
at everything.
Not only is the screen completely useless, we have to wait a whole minute.
We're
So
just
that's
sitting
not
here,
good.
looking at the flamey things, and when that 001 comes, then we're gonna see 3 heroes pop up. I am gonna guess it's gonna be the Magnus, the Clockwork, and the Gyrocopter. Which 3 heroes are your guess? Oh, you're gonna be too late.
Quap, Clock, and Rubik.
It was different ones.
Rock it on.
Yeah.
Well,
I think we had more than 3.
yeah, we had more than 3. Gyrocopter was the last one. We have 4 at least. So. Well, we were both wrong, but yeah, King J, Brewmaster, Moo, Clockwork, Banana, Keeper of Light, Sunshine, Rubik, and of course the last one. Actually, that was already 5. No, How on the gyro. So I already said that, of course, in a previous game, but at least now you see it again. And I will let you introduce Rising Stars.
Awesome. So on Rising Stars, we have Super playing the Wisp, Sao, Tuji. I think someone's gonna berate me for that pronunciation. He's gonna be playing the CK. XDD is gonna be on Leshrac. Air is gonna be on the Queen of Pain, and Mofi is gonna be playing the Magnus. And oh, Wisp, be cautious.
Trouble. If the telekinesis would have been there, he would have been so dead. But Sunshine just slightly too late. And it's gonna be allowing Super to live once more. Everybody of TongFu rotating bottom to see if they can get a first blood, but unfortunately, coordination not good enough. I mean, normally you'd have the one in front that can actually initiate for your team, but that was apparently not the case today, as we see that maybe TongFu can still get something done with their aggressive trial, and they're still hanging around here. Quite curious to see why, placing more wards just to get some vision going.
This is really cute. So Rising Stars will probably be able to find the first ward, fairly easily, but then it's going to take them even longer to find the second. And if they try and get a D ward going anywhere else, then yeah, it's going to be... Oh, and TongFu. So they throw a ward in the back of the big camp as well. So here's what happens for Rising Stars. They place this ward, they find the sentry. Then what happens is they see that the camp is still blocked. They want to unblock the pole, so they're going to place a ward down around here. I don't know if you can see that scribble.
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, so they're going to place a ward around there. They're going to find the observer, but they're not going to be able to de-ward the rune.
They're not going to do that either. They didn't find that first ward, so their counter ward already got killed off by the first ward placed by TongFu.
Oh, wow.
That's
Okay, so
painful.
that's even worse. TongFu get both camps blocked out. They've got rune vision. They're off to a great start on the spot lane.
Yeah, and there's a lot of pressure on Queen of Pain again this game, as well as on the Magnus again, of course. But now also, I mean, Chaos Knight Wisp, that couple shines really, when they get level 6.
Oh, Air on mid. Is he gonna go down? Move with one more. Yes, he
How did
gets
that
it.
happen?
Wow.
What? Cogs were there.
Moo got to level. So Moo gets a couple of sneaky denies. He manages to get to level 2 before the Queen of Pain, just by virtue of the lane equilibrium. And then as soon as he gets level 2, he sees that Quap isn't level 2, and he just goes immediately before she can get that last point for the blink.
Ouch. Well, that lane, first blood to TongFu. Something that shouldn't have happened in the mid lane, I guess, but really clever play by Muta, and we're already seeing a bit of harassment coming off from Rising Stars going for the stun up on Sunshine, but you have to have a bit of luck in this game. Chaos Knight only 1 second stun is not going to be that kind of luck that you're looking for. So they couldn't do anything there and they had to back up. Telekinesis actually on the Chaos Knight makes for a tether stun up on King J. Illuminate still flying through. It's kind of nice that Sunshine actually helped them get a tether stun there, but I guess that's a bit of a warning about what can happen later on in the game if he does that again.
Yeah. And speaking of luck, that's got to be the biggest game of chance ever. Not only is CK against Panda, right? Not only is he rolling for the Chaos Bolt stun, he's also rolling for auto attacks against Drunken Brawlers. So
yeah, they're gonna be going for Sunshine. Another 1 second stun. The Split Earth helps out this time though, and they do get the kill. But XTD, a lot of trouble. King J gonna be the one that is forced to back off, and that is gonna be already the ward countered. That's nice, I guess. TongFu countered the ward from Rising Stars again, but they do lose one of their heroes. And this is the start that Rising Stars need on the bottom lane. Like, forget about top and mid. They need to win this bottom lane. If they don't, I'm not sure if they can get back from it. And right now, they are on the right path.
Yeah, I think all Rubik really needs are some boots. They have to know that he is continuously the target. Keeper of the Light is always going to be further back. King J is really difficult to initiate on. So Sansheng with just some good positioning should be fine. Just needs to be more conscious, I think, of how the wave is moving, and then should be okay.
Illuminate keeps flying over. Let's drift in up on Banana. Split Earth is there as well. Clap tries to force XCD back. We see Banana getting saved by the telekinesis, and that's gonna be no kill going the way of Rising Stars unless they can get some. Really, this is one of the most unlucky Chaos Knights. Oh, the Split Earth though. Keep saving those kills, and maybe Banana is gonna be safe, but they do get that kill, and they don't lose the Wisp. They don't lose Super.
Yeah, so Rising Stars bring it up to 2 kills on bot. I mean, Chaos Knight getting reasonable farm, but these kills are really important. Get those early levels, and I mean, despite pulls not really being run, XDD already up to level 3.5, and Wisp, 2.5. Not as spectacular, but still really good given that we haven't even passed 4 minutes into the game just yet.
Yep. And we do have, of course, how free farming top, so that's going to be something that Rising Stars will be having to take down at some point. So they need that bottom lane to go well to start ganking him, try and shut him down a bit if possible. In the meantime, in the mid lane, we have got Air sitting on 15-6 with Moo sitting on 17-1, so slightly in favor of Moo, and definitely, of course, in favor of Moo considering the first Bud going his way.
Air,
nice. Oh, Rocket Mirage forcing Air away. Doesn't get him inside of there, and that's gonna be Air just being out of there safely. And running all the way back to mid.
That could have been so dangerous. I mean, he knew what the rune was, so making the decision to blink onto the haste, not too surprising, but had he gotten cogs, he would have taken a ton of damage, so kind of risky, especially given that move. Oh, it's actually got a max rocket flare build, so the battery assault probably wouldn't have been able to kill the Plop.
We're gonna be seeing this Chaos Knight sitting on a bit low mana. I'm kinda expecting them to go again soon, well, this is that's helping out. Clarity up on the IO gives, of course, also Chaos Knight mana, and they will be trying to go again. The question is, will they go on King J or will they try to go for Sunshine or Banana again? The entire aggressive trial in level 3 on the TongFu side, with level 3 also up on the Leshrac, level 2 still up on the Wisp, but level 5 up on the Chaos Knight. That makes a big difference. Even though it's super level 2, that's kind of a shame.
Yeah, though more kills are gonna get him more levels, so I mean the CK is the enabler here, so it should be okay, though obviously getting that fast 6 is gonna be a big deal. I mean if CK has levels and Wisp doesn't, then you've obviously got a bit of a weird situation going on.
Yeah, and they're gonna be going for Sunshine. There's a stun this time, 4 seconds. Split Earth is gonna be there as well, and that's gonna be a kill. This time XTD is gonna be taking a fall, or doesn't he? 12 seconds, gonna be staying alive, trying to eat his way through. Still finds King J, but here comes How. Cold Out coming down. Rising Stars on the run. Will be able to get away, I think, unless they're gonna dive this. And the Flak Cannon actually still picks up the Chaos Knight. Home Missile gonna be running into Super, still hits him. And here comes the Executioners. It is gonna be King J that gets himself a double kill on the 2 supports. They wipe out the tri lane. They do lose their Rubik to do so, but this time they at least make sure that Rising Stars know they can't just do that again.
Yeah, and this time they get the Chaos Knight as well. And the How TP, not something that I think Rising Stars would have been expecting in the slightest, but really nicely done by him. And if not for him, that fight could have gone a lot more evenly.
Radiant structures
TP incoming from the Shrek. They want to go for this. King J gonna get stunned. 2 seconds stun up on King J here. Here comes a split earth. It's gonna be perfectly placed. Well, about perfectly. At least it hits and King J goes down. Call down coming down again though. Chaos Knight gonna be put to sleep once more. 1 second stun up on How will be enough to help take him down with the Shrek Lightning. The one to help out. Another split earth. XTD. The stuns keep hitting. Can he do this? Yes, he can. It is Mofi with the shockwave coming in, and Rising Stars take it back. Save their tower from Damnation, even though they're gonna be ending themselves, as Clockwork actually still finishes up the Wisp in the jungle. But what a fight from Rising Stars. It ends up to be 6-6. Well, will be 6-7 as Moo comes in to take down XTD. We'll be able to do that, gets a double kill with that as well. Mofi doesn't have enough mana for his RP. And is going to be dancing around a bit, trying to buy time for also the Chaos Knight to be here, because he is on his way. He is running there, and he is going to be able to be fast enough with Super there. Moo, let's see how fast he can be. He is running, knows what's coming for him. The Reality Rift need to be there, but here comes the supports also from TongFu, or at least the cavalry. They can't really decide to go anymore, and they back off. So in the end, TongFu has the last word, but they don't get a tower. They do lose a lot of their heroes, including the gyrocopter.
Yeah, so the gyrocopter does go down in the end. I don't know if there was really any, well, that many heroes around to soak up the experience. Looks like Super came out the other end of that fight with a couple of extra levels, so that's really a big boon for him. And CK not doing too badly, though. You know, would be nice to see him with just a little bit more farm, have some treads or something like that to help enable these ganks. But oh, and how pushing it on top. He's been so effective this whole game, leading in terms of farm. But I mean, Rising Stars, the first couple of minutes looked really bad, but Air, Mofi, and Sao have actually caught up pretty well. So I mean, a lot more even this time around than last, and it just looks like Rising Stars a lot more comfortable with this roster than what they had. Yeah, they can actually be aggressive in this one, opposed to from their last lineup. Of course, we do still have the net worth very far in favor of TongFu, with both the gyro as well as Moo's Clockwork just sitting very high on top of there, and that's just because they won their lane so convincingly in the end. And of course the first blood helping out, and you know, the kills that Moo has been able to do overall. He's been in 5 out of the 7 kills, has got 3 lasses for themselves. Moo though might be in some trouble. The cogs will make sure that there's not going to be a Reality Rift. Wouldn't be successful. Basically, if you Reality Rift in cogs, you're going to be locking yourself in the cogs, and Moo is not going to be in there anymore, so you're kind of killing yourself, and they're gonna get ganked because TongFu, look at the minimap, they're roaming around, they want to get him, and they should be able to get him as well. King J gonna come in, here comes the telekinesis, Illuminate getting charged up, still a stun coming out, Illuminate still hits, Rocket Barrage rather, yeah, Rocket Barrage, Battery Assault that is. What is a rock? Oh yeah, okay, Battery Assault, I was thinking Rocket Barrage is an ability, what am I crazy? But that's the wrong hero, yes. Poor Wisp, it just saw them go on TK, was like, I'm sorry buddy, I can't do anything to help you. So he just walks down, he walks up, considers going to buy a TP scroll to try and walk away, but then just walks down to the trees and says, okay, yeah, I'm hiding here until they leave. Part of that is this ward at bot. They don't have any vision of any rotations really. Oh, yeah, they don't really have any vision of any rotations coming in from this ramp, so it's a bit of an interesting ward. Doesn't even provide that much cover from TPs into the tier 1.
Oh, Super.
Poor.
Oh, he got a hook and he
Super.
got that. Oh, and look at this NRP this game. We have the combination. It is gonna be 2 kills going the way of Rising Stars. Air backing out. That's a combination that we like to see, but they are not gonna be getting away unscratched. They're gonna be having XTD picked up because there was a Brewmaster split, and he is gonna be making the Rising Stars hurt, and that is gonna be, well, making it hurt by picking up their Leshrac. But they did lose 2 heroes, and you know, they lost a Rubik as well as the Keeper of Light. I think those were the only 2 that went down. Yeah, so they do pick up 2 supports for 1 support, but we know now that they can do it. The combination is there.
Yeah,
I like
they have the fight power. They're only down 2 kills, down 3k gold, you know, but experience graph has been pogoing back and forth, so it's looking a little bit better. The one nice thing for TongFu is that they are capitalizing on every single win. So every single time they take a team fight, you know, they've managed to take at tier 1, which does kind of show you that Rising Stars are taking counter kills more than anything in mid.
Oh, King J gonna have a 3 seconds on. He already used his split. He's gonna be able to stay alive though, unless Air jumps in, but he jumps away, realizing that his life might be in danger, and he doesn't want to give it away. Hook in. He gets the Chaos Knight. There goes the Cox. The Split Earth misses this time. You don't see that every day. But they won't be able to get a kill here. Everybody coming away alive from this one. Home Missile's gonna get destroyed as well. And that is going to be TongFu saving their tier 1 tower, saving King J, and not getting a kill in return, even though they tried. But not too sad with their initiation, I guess.
Yeah, and
Counter
going on this Brewmaster with the CK again is just so frustrating. Like, the difference between rolling a little bit more damage, rolling less damage, rolling a 3-second stun, rolling a 4-second stun. You know, if he dodges... He's only got 1 point in Drunken Brawler. I mean, it's only 10%, but you dodge a big swing from CK, and you know you survive on 50 HP. So, Rising Stars in another universe get that kill. Relocate on mid. Banana, he's dead.
Yeah, that's the kind of pickups that they need to have. They really do. And with this, maybe get some more control. Oh, why did they go there? Why did they go there? Chaos Knight, can he TP out? Yes, he can. Okay. Well, that was not really worth it anymore. That's not the kind of exchange they should be looking for at all. Hook and finds XDD. XDD goes down. So in the end, it is gonna be TongFu that takes 2 kills against 1.
I'll polish my armor.
Oh, why did they go there? Why?
They just needed to wait out the rest of the relocate,
Yeah.
and they just wanted to get it. They wanted to get as far away from the towers as they could.
Well, they went the
because,
wrong way. Well, I guess they don't have
Yeah,
one there.
unfortunately, they walked up the hill and there was a call down already waiting for them. So TongFu, I guess the relocate lasting a little bit too long there, unfortunately. But you know, nothing you can do about that one.
I remember, by the way, you saying in previous game, and something that goes in this game as well, because there's a Wisp in both games, is, I mean, vision. So important. If you're playing with a Wisp, you need to be able to know where to gank, what and who you can gank, who's alone, where people are, where people aren't. Also important. And there's actually only one ward off for Rising Stars, and it doesn't really do that much, and it's about to disappear as well. So vision-wise, they are really, really lacking. And that's trouble. Especially in a situation like that, maybe with a bit more vision, they could have known where the enemies were, and the vision definitely being nicely done by TongFu, having 3 sets of wards on the map.
Yeah, Rising Stars actually dropped an additional ward mid, but it was spotted and immediately dewarded, so that's why there's a sentry sitting there from TongFu. So they're trying, but TongFu kind of cottoning on to what the plan is. Wisp has another set of wards, so he's gonna try again. Though it needs to be a little bit more covert about placing those in future.
Yeah, we have in the meantime, of course, TongFu ahead on the gold. They picked up all tier 1 towers on the side of Rising Stars, with losing
This is
no
bad.
tier
They're gonna
1s
be
for
revealed and they're gonna
themselves.
drop the sentry.
Yeah, hello, Air. Ooh, hello. Oh, Wisp TP in. They want to fight this. I'm not sure if that's the right choice, but they're gonna get how? There's gonna be a split coming up for the Brewmaster as well. Nobody going down just yet until IO drops, but the Gyro as well. Nice RP catches all the Brewlings as well as Moo, but Mofi cannot get a follow-up because he is stuck in the cogs. You're gonna be going down as he tries to run for his life. I don't think he'll be able to do that, especially not with King J blinking after him. And with the clap there, 3-4-1, not worth it. A bit of an odd choice to really decide to go there without having the full picture ready, because TongFu was ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, not only did they have... So, this was really, really smart. They had a ward up, they saw the rune being picked up, and then to know exactly where the Queen of Pain was, they smoked so that the instant that they were revealed, they knew where the Queen of Pain was. That was great. I like the opportunistic warding from Rising Stars. Wisp comes in with the relocate, he drops down a ward.
Yeah.
I think that's fantastic. You know, good forethought from him, knowing that he probably wants to come back here at a later point. So, I mean, Rising Stars, they lose 3, they get 1 in the end, though it is the gyrocopter, and they managed to get that aggressive ward down, which will hopefully enable, you know, a later relocate pickoff. So maybe it doesn't necessarily pay off now, but there's something waiting, at least in a small way.
Yeah, talking about something waiting, even though they don't have the split anymore, TongFu does look like they want to go in. They actually smoke up, gonna be going mid, and gonna be hooking in. Moo, gonna be leading the charge, gets a stun on his face. XDD though, is gonna still be dropped down, just like IO, just like Air, just like Sao2OG, and he is gonna be the last one to scooter away. It is Mofi, it is a 4-0 to raid massacre. Just with flak cannons, cooldowns, and everything AoE-ish, there was no hope. No
And a really nice blinding light
Yeah.
from Banana as well. I mean, it looked like Wisp and Leshrac were just gonna get out of range for the second round of rockets, but yeah, that was really nicely played by him. But that brings it up to a 9-kill lead for TongFu, and I mean, no, relocate.
Oh, they want to go for this, want to go for mid. Gonna be able to pick up the Keeper of Light. This time, they get away. But they give the Chaos Ball away.
Yeah, this time on the right side of the tower.
Yes.
So that was fortunate for them.
Gotta look at
So
the bright
they get
side.
the pick off. They get the. And I mean, people say that, oh look, you know, when you play 5-man Dota, how can you ever get a pick off with Wisp? But Rising Star is showing that even when they're behind, they can find these opportunities. TongFu's still very aggressive with the warding. I have no idea when this ward in the Radiant jungle went down, but
Yeah, I see it.
they've got really good tabs on everybody right now, and they're just wards that nobody expects to be up. Rising Stars are never really going to de-ward these, but you know, it provides TongFu with a lot of information, and especially given that they still have their side of the map under control, going for these more aggressive wards is just, you know, more free info. There's no real reason for Rising Stars to be making big smoke trips into the dire side of the map, because they are just going to have the Queen of Pain mobility and then, you know, sort of rely on the CK Wisp as the follow-up. So, like the choices here from.
Yeah, I kind of like Rising Stars. They start to get pretty far behind on the gold, and not specifically on the gold, but more importantly, their core items are gonna get are delayed so much. Like we still have Magnus with nothing really specific. No Blink Dagger, even though he has an almost, so I shouldn't complain that much, I guess. We still have the Chaos Knight sitting on just the Overclock, who is gonna be getting killed off, by the way, because he's gonna get a Chaos Ball on his own. Actually, Wisp saves his life.
Everybody needs TP now if they're gonna go for this.
Are they gonna go in? Because we do have Mofi hanging around. He is ready for this. And he is gonna be taking the Chaos Knight with him. Here comes the Skewer. The RP is gonna be hitting up on 2 only. Shockwave! Mo and Sunshine still alive! It is gonna be Air that picks him up though, gets a double kill. In the meantime, Io already get dropped down, but Chaos Knight's still alive, and that's the one that they wanted to save. Cooldown coming down, but misses everybody. Mofi still getting stunned. 4-second stun on Howl in return, but Banana still ends off Mofi's life with the Chaos Knight staying alive. Air in some trouble, blinks away with the mana leak up on him. Chaos Knight looking for Banana, will be able to throw out a stun if he can. That will be a kill, but he just tries to juke it, and How is still hanging around here. Is gonna be taking a lot of damage, is gonna be going down, but also the Chaos Knight drops King J now on the way out, gonna be going down. Double kill for Air, again, that's 2 double kills in the same fight. And Banana the only one left alive in the end for TongFu, because, I mean, we see Rubik up, but he just got back up alive because he died and, you know, respawned. Good fight for Rising Stars.
Yeah,
Messy,
good
but
fight.
good.
Right? Yeah, definitely. I don't know what was. I should have checked this, but you saw Banana bring How in just a little bit later in the fight, and if they were expecting to just be camping out the CK Wisp, I mean they have to suspect that maybe Rising Stars are going to take it as an opportunity to bring heroes down. Given that there wasn't a tier 1, it was surprising that they managed to get everybody there as quickly as they did, but. Yeah, bringing How in that little bit later, I think, kind of changed the face of that team fight a bit. So.
And now I can.
But really nice for Rising Stars. Huge reverse polarity, and they got the Blink Dagger. So.
Yep.
Big
And
wins.
they got an Orchid, because I was gonna complain about core items missing, and one of those was the Queen of Pain Orchid. But with Air getting 2 double kills in the same fight, he kind of caught up, and he got his gold going. He gets his Orchid. He's got 1k on top of that as well. And yeah, looking sharp right now. That fight was definitely needed to keep Rising Stars on the map. We see the gold graph going back up. The only downside is, of course, I mean, they kind of won the fight in the end. And I think they came out ahead at least, and they don't get anything in return. Maybe they're going to be able to pick off the tier 1 tower top, but they will trade Roshan for it, and that's probably not really what they're aiming for.
Yeah, I mean, they've seen it. They know what's going on. I think they're just going to end up trading. The Brewmaster Ultimate is actually on cooldown, and the reverse polarity is off CD. I think the only problem is getting there quickly enough. So TongFu, that early map control advantage that they managed to take, sort of coming into play now. And Rising Star's going to try to trade. There's no fortification available. Banana's going to come up to try and stall, however. But yeah, looks like Roshan's already gone. I think they're going to be able to hold on to this tier 2 on top.
Yeah, Rising Stars back off, realizing that something must be wrong. If their enemies don't defend their tier 2 well, what reason could they possibly have for that? Or it's a trap, or it's Roshan. and you just have to back off just in case. Though maybe with Roshan now going down, they might think about still going in on it. They shouldn't though, because we have TongFu sitting in the mid lane looking for a place to go in. They probably want to fight now that they have the Aegis. They just need to find a place to go into, and they don't really have one yet. Maybe waiting for the rest of their team before going in. We do have, of course, a BKB ready. How looking pretty sharp, and I think overall entire lineup of TongFu looks pretty confident with the way things are going still, now that they have the Roshan again.
Yeah, so they've got the Aegis. They're probably just going to wait around for the mech on Banana, which is almost finished. So they'll have a mech, they'll have an Earn Up on Rubik shortly as well to help enable these pushes, and just, you know, those little additions that they need to start making these sieges. Sieges happen on the tier 2s. Meanwhile, Rising Stars haven't been able to re-establish any aggressive wards, and TongFu still with fantastic warding on their part, so looking pretty good. However, Rising Stars did just lose a bunch of wards on the map. They faded and they got dewarded at the Roshan pit, so you know they were being a little bit more diligent than it looks on the map right now.
Yeah, I do like the way the graphs look now though. Like, it looks a lot more even, and it looks like it is fairly even, though it feels, in my opinion, that still TongFu has got their control of the game. But I guess most of that is due to just the control of the map that they have in terms of wards and vision, and just determining when something happens. And they're gonna do it again. They're gonna smoke up, looking for action, gonna be trying to go for action on the bottom lane. Maybe able to find Air there, as he is the only one left, as we see Rising Stars, the rest of them just hiding in the jungle. And now actually Air also backing off, realizing a lot of people missing their flare. Just too short a range, unfortunately, for TongFu, but that is gonna be a wasted smoke, and good spider senses by Rising Stars.
Yeah, they suspect immediately that something is up. I mean, CK, as soon as that smoke happened, 10 seconds later, he was double tapping his TP back to base. Air hiding on the very edge of the map. It's gonna be pretty tough to find him. So yeah, TongFu get denied this time around, and Rising Stars managed to add a little bit more farm to the pool in the meanwhile. So yeah, a good couple of minutes for them, and they are still managing to waste out some of the duration of this Aegis, which isn't going to be around for too much longer. So it looks like that Roshan might not end up hurting Rising Stars as much as TongFu would have liked.
No,
and
that's
going
actually
to be
bringing them a bit of good things also, with TongFu roaming around so much, and now 3 people teleporting towards the mid lane thinking the push was going to come there. And I mean, Rising Stars is not really getting that much in return. I mean, they're not really farming very hard either, but they're wasting some of the time. Yeah, like you said, wasting that Aegis time, and that's valuable.
Yeah. So, and I mean, now pushing into the tier 2s is going to be more difficult as well. So at this point, I think the map's going to stabilize a bit. Rising Star should be able to take this tier 1 on mid, take the tier 1 on bot, you know, clean up that gold discrepancy, and then we definitely have a game, aside from, you know, a minor experience swing and about 7 kills. But, you know, at this point in the game, I think it's still definitely anybody's game. King J, what's he got finished? They've actually picked themselves up a gem now, so very conscious of the fact that those aggressive wards are going to be attempted from Rising Stars, and doing everything that they can to lock the Wisp and the CK out of the map, you know, prevent them from getting those easy kills, and just trying to force fights on their terms, which looks like what they're going to try mid. They tried to be sneaky with the smoke gank, but I think brute force is going to work just as well.
Yep, and they have got their tier 1 tower tonight, so I guess Rising Star's not too sad about it, because at least they get some extra gold, but having it denied is still, of course, a bit of a blow, but we'll see. We do have everybody of TongFu. They look for a fight. They want that fight, which is surprising, because, of course, they are fighting up against a Magnus with an RP, and that's not really something that you're normally willing to take, but right now they're feeling ahead so much that they think they can do it. In the meantime, everybody of Rising Stars, or at least 3 of them, are going to try to take down the tier 1 bottom while they lose their tier 2 middle.
Yeah, but this game, Rising Stars are making decisions before they're forced into it. So for example, TongFu, they showed themselves mid. Rising Stars, looks like the call was made. Okay, leave the 2 mid. We have a fortification, they're not going to be able to go up onto the high ground, and we can get a trade at bot. So, you know, last game we saw everybody sitting on top of these towers trying to defend, but this time they're getting trades, and they're getting more out of the map. So it looks like they're feeling just a lot more confident overall.
And we might have TongFu thinking about initiation, but the call was made for this as well, and they actually all fight back off. It's kind of hoping maybe Hal went back in, blink flap, but no can do. He's gonna be getting himself an invis rune. And gonna be happy with that tier 2 tower that they took down. I mean, at some point you of course have to make the decision. I mean, tier 2 versus tier 1 on paper looks like it's a bad trade for the one that loses the tier 2. But getting yourself that extra bit of gold might just be worth it, regardless how much gold you give your enemy instead. Just to get your core items up might be making a bigger difference than just losing or giving your enemies gold. And the gold graph is going slightly up. I mean, it's not going very fast or anything like that, but it is going up. And that is good for Rising Stars, as a Rising Line is the one they want. Oh my god! Sorry, I had to say it once.
Oh, they're doing so well. Just
Hook! Chaos Knight is gonna be dead. Wow, the damage that he takes. Ooh, he gets... no, he gets killed. How? With an MKB.
poor Wisp. Farewell.
Did you hear Gyrocopter? I am dangerous! He said. Well, Wisp dies as well. No real surprise about that one. He came back alone to die.
Yeah, he tried to valiantly relocate the CK app. And I was just about to say Rising Stars. They did such a great job. It looked like, you know, tier 1 for a tier 2 on mid, that's kind of weird. But what they did manage to do was wait out the Aegis. And, I mean, they waited out not getting caught until that Aegis dropped, unfortunately. Right within the last 30 seconds, you know, TongFu find the initiation on mid. So Rising Stars maybe getting a little bit overconfident there. You know, just getting split up and TongFu get the punish. But, yeah, I mean, now there's no Aegis. It's 4 minutes of slightly more even fighting, and TongFu will see what they're going to be able to do here. I do think Rising Stars have some opportunities, though. Again, the problem is just going to be this pesky gem. And when it's up on the Brewmaster, I don't think there's really any chance for them to get it back, unless they win, you know, an enormous team fight.
Yeah, we do have a force up on the Magnus, and he already used it to try and get away from his aggressors. He is going to be able to do that, even though everybody of TongFu wants to be here, and we even have Banana bringing more people to the fight. King J can't really get the blink in, I would think, but they are going to be going for that tier 2 at least, even if they can't get the kill on the Magnus. And they actually don't have to deal with the Magnus just yet, because he doesn't have any mana, he doesn't have the RP anymore. The hook in on the Wisp, the tether is out, will be able to get away. But
Nicely done by Sheever.
yeah, that's going to be tier 2, maybe even more knowing that the RP is on cooldown, because I think the RP was just used for Magnus to get himself away out of that encounter on the top lane.
So TongFu, they see an opportunity, they're going to seize it. But it's still not, I mean, we're still not done just yet. The TongFu are making, I think, that, you know, they're forcing little mistakes out of Rising Stars. You know, Magnus gets caught top, CK gets caught mid. You know, just these little things, and every single time one of these little things happen, that's, you know, map control that they're losing, because TongFu will always capitalize on that kind of, you know, on that kind of mistake. So.
Yeah, at the start of the game we were talking about Rising Stars and how fast they should be winning this game if they were ahead. They're not really getting it done in the time limit that we kind of gave them. And that means that TongFu's Gyrocopter is going to be more and more dangerous, and it's going to be tougher and tougher for Rising Stars to actually pick him up, because carry potential versus carry potential, it is going to be the Gyrocopter that wins that. And then you have to bank it on your team fight to be able to get the best one out of it, to be able to take the game still, with the combination of course that they have still, with the Sonic Wave and the RP and the Split Earth and the Lightning and everything that still comes in between. But it's gonna be tough. We know that TongFu has managed to just get the control of those fights constantly, and it's gonna be, by the way, Roshan, it's gonna be up again in just a minute's time. So maybe we're gonna have a fight over that again.
So, looks like it. Progression from Rising Stars that we haven't seen have an impact just yet is actually a BKB on air and a BKB on the Chaos Knight, so that is going to help out fights, but we're going to hold that thought because there's a smoke from TongFu.
Yeah, and they're going to be trying to hook in, probably more looking for it. Oh, he misses it. It hits on something. Did it hit on a teammate? Didn't see it. Oh, Cogs doesn't hit up on air. Air jumps himself over to the other side where the blink clap is there. Super is already going to be the one to go down, unless he is going to be saved by his teammate Leshrac. The save was attempted, wasn't successful. He is the first one to drop. Cooldown coming down upon nothing. We have got Leshrac getting telekinesis. The RP was used, but there's no follow-up for it. And the RP was turned around again as well by the Rubik. Now the rest trying to run away. Rising Star is gonna have only air left alive, and he is gonna get a hook to the face move with his Aghanims. Gonna of course be able to throw that out every 10 seconds or so, and Queen of Pain still able to blink herself away and TP out, but that fight did not go the way they wanted it to, and that's of course also partly Sunshang's doing for stealing the RP and turning it against them.
Yeah, Magnus was being so sneaky, hiding in the trees, waiting for the RP. Sansheng, even sneakier, he was also in the trees and gets the turnaround. So nicely done there. It was actually looking like a pretty good fight for Rising Stars. They lost the Wisp, but they managed to kill off the... Hold that thought. Super's dead, I think. Oh, no! Nice blink, nice tether.
But is it going to be enough to save their racks? Because that's going to be the one that Rising Stars want to have. Are they confident enough to stand here knowing that there is actually an Aegis they can go to? No.
Yeah, looks like TongFu. The call from them is just to go back and get the rush on. There's no Phantasm. There's no reverse polarity for a while, so it should be pretty straightforward for them to take. But the one thing that was nice for Rising Stars in that fight was King J jumps in, but Rising Stars, nice job from them. They